Okay, should be live. I mean, obviously, I don't have game audio right now because for some reason Virtue's Last Reward doesn't keep audio going if you click out of it. Oh, yeah, I should probably actually get that on the rate scene. Guess who, Oh, neat. Yeah, whatever.
Nothing's up. We left our room, headed left.
And ended up here.
Sigma, let me see that map you found earlier.
Actually, while this is going on, I'm going to fix something real quick. Just making it so I can actually see, well, chat.
That's the same as the map we found in the lounge.
It's not hugely important.
Like that too. Our room was an infirmary.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information.
No. There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
I'd like to note, we never really do exchange that much information. Which is why, you know, most of the information I have about these various other rooms comes from, well, Sigma going through them.
This is just like the other floor.
These doors have colors on them too. The one on the left is green. The one in the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looks like the ones we saw earlier.
Yeah, just like the other doors.
Oh, actually.
Looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Clover, how about you show him that note we found?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Huh? Was it something about supplementary rules? Because we found a note just like that. It was in the infirmary.
Okay, so
this is the crew quarters, huh?
Just as the note said, we had no trouble getting in here.
That means we can go to the infirmary or the lounge.
Yeah, we can check out any of them.
Hey, look, Grandpa! They got a poster of a lady in here! It looks like the ones you got back home!
This one's pretty hot. I think we're talking at least 14, maybe even 15 EU.
Agreed.
I sure would like to take it home with me. Unfortunately, I don't think this is really the time for that.
what the fuck, Tenmyoji?
Let's keep moving. Let's go, buddy. I can't wait to get out of here and back to my, grandpa videos.
Oh, you mean the ones you keep in the locked cabinet?
Shh, you're being too loud, Quark. You have to say these things quietly.
Tenmyoji and his porn? Good. No, I really didn't need to know that about his character. I was perfectly happy without that. Okay. So I was right that it was a skipped thing, but for some reason the damn cutscene part isn't skippable.
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Something wrong? What are you talking about? Of course there isn't anyone here. Let's get inside.
What? The lady's not... What?
This looks just like the room we woke up in. That screen.
Okay, this is weird. And that's why I hit the skip button.
Did you even read what it said? Once you press that button, it locks the door for 40 minutes. Now, thanks to your stupid ass, we're stuck in here for almost an hour. Yes, really.
Hey! Looks like everybody's closed their AB gates. That's the door to the AB room, silly. You're in the AB room right now.
So in this version,
If you'll excuse me, I'll be
where the old lady did not die, or at least hasn't been found anyway.
Now, let's get this party started.
I think this
For
is...
example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Alas and went through the cyan door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Alas. And it goes the other way too. Alas's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Tamioli, and B.O. and Quirk's enemy will be Mooney.
Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it?
I think that is at the point where it's skippable.
I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but
It'll just have to wait, I guess.
hush now. It'll be okay.
30 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Anyway, I've gotta hop along now. Don't do
So-
something harebrained and wait until the last minute. You got plenty of time, so think it out.
Now I'm going to pop up, open the flowchart here. I do wonder what Sigma says about the, well, lady in the AB room. If, you know, if it's mentioned at all, if this is your first one.
Have a nice trust.
Now, something I've noticed,
About the AB game? Yeah, it's a tough call. This is really kind of an interesting game. Seems like it's based on the prisoner's dilemma.
what I was going to say is something I've noticed is that kind of unintentionally I have not clicked Betray.
You've never heard of it?
I mean, part of that is I'm mostly just going, you know, down top to bottom on these lists, but...
It's a thought experiment that uses game theory to examine why people do or don't cooperate. Let's say Apple and Banana have committed a serious crime.
Why those names? I mean, the drawing's cute and all, but...
I just gave them the first names I thought of. They don't mean anything. Anyway, Apple and Banana are caught by the police and sent off to separate cells far away from one another. In other words, there's no way for them to contact each other. And they're not like telepaths or something. So that's the setup. You following me? So, a detective shows up. He visits each cell and tells them both go something like this.
You can both clam up if that's what you want. We're gonna have to put you both in the slammer for 2 years if you do. Now, if you flip on your pal over there, tell me everything. I can get your sentence reduced to 1 year. That means your buddy will serve 15, but that ain't your problem, right? Of course, if he decides to spill the beans, it goes the other way. He gets 1 year, and you get to spend 15 years eating government cheese. You're probably wondering if both of you confess. Well, I can shave off a little time for saving me trouble, but you'll still both do 10 years. So, punk, what's it gonna be? Gonna give me what I want? Or you gonna keep that trap shut? Of course, I told your partner the same thing I just told you. I wonder if you can trust him to keep the cat in the bag. No rush. Give you plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah. What would you do? Say you were in Apple or Banana's shoes. Interesting. But you're forgetting something important. That Banana will be thinking the same thing. So you'll both confess, and you'll both end up serving 10 years. Do you get it? If you trusted each other, then neither of you would have served more than 2 years. But because you both made the decision based on your own self-interest, you're going to spend 8 more years in prison. In other words, the logical decision leads not only to a less desirable outcome on the group level, but also a pretty shitty situation on the personal level, too. You see now? The A-B game.
It's interesting that Phi is talking about this as if, confess, or in this case, betray, is normally the bad solution when she's been the one pushing for betray.
The prisoner's dilemma. But this is where it gets interesting. Let's say for a moment all 9 of us are on one team. Who would we be playing against? Right. So we can assume the 9 of us are fighting 0 in the AB game. If you look at it that way, what would we want to do to beat him? Just look at the point totals. Say we all picked Ally. What would our total points be? Okay, now let's say one of the pairs chooses Betray. Yeah. So, what does that tell you? Exactly. In this game, if each individual acts for the benefit of the whole group, everyone benefits. But if everyone starts looking out for themselves, it'll impact negatively.
The mixed music here is kind of weird.
And eventually, it'll impact them negatively too. If all of us choose Betray, then the group gets 0 points. Ultimately, nobody benefits, not even the individual. In other words, selfish but logical decisions hurt everyone, and they hurt you.
So Phi's going to follow this up with telling us to hit Betray anyway, right?
No. I mean the opposite. If you're going to make the most logical choice here, the only option is Betray.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
No, I didn't. It's not the prisoner's solution. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Even though there's an outcome where everybody's happy, the choice you'd have to make for that outcome isn't the rational one. You want to pick it, but you can't. A dilemma. If we choose Ally, and Alice does too, then yes, it'll be great. All 3 of us will get 2 points. That would be ideal, obviously. And it would help everybody, but what if Alice chooses Betray? Right, and if that happens, we're screwed. So...
20 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Unless we can be certain that Alice will choose Ally, we don't have a choice. We have to choose betray. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to know that for certain. That means we have to make the rational choice.
I mean, especially since we didn't have any real conversations with Alice as far as the choice one way or the other.
It would be great to make the right choice, but we can't. Oh, knock it off. This is getting old. What about you? Are you working with Zero? You're too calm. You wake up trapped in some kind of twisted game and it doesn't even faze you? That hardly seems normal. Don't change the subject. We're talking about you. Maybe you actually do know me.
Wait, did we just get through a lock unintentionally?
Just let it go. Our time's up. This is it. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You know we're about to die, but you still stuck with me. So, thank you, Sigma. Goodbye. What's wrong? Saw what? Explosion? Whoa! Sigma! Calm down! What are you talking about? What is it now? It hurts? You know, you said it hurt when you first woke up in the AB room, too. Are you alright?
Maybe this is a, well, nobody's gonna get that reference, so maybe it's a fucking head bomb. Cranium bomb.
Of course.
Sigma.
I shouldn't have worried.
Yeah, it's real easy for me to forget sometimes that Sigma is even more perverted than, well, presumably everybody but Tenmyoji and Dio.
Five minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
What, do you need a translator? If you don't vote fast enough, then it'll set your vote to ally. Make sense? Or do I need to use smaller words? I guess not. We're already in here, though. So we might as well figure out what we're gonna do. What's it gonna be, Sigma? Ally? Or betray? Well, I didn't say should. I just said we didn't really have a choice. It's completely different. The former is an active opinion. The latter is just passive information. Yeah. We die. If our BP drops to 0, we die. The needles in our bracelets activate. Yeah. I don't know. I swear I don't. I know somehow. There's just this feeling I've got. Like, that's what'll happen. What? What? What the hell are you talking about? You sounded like a crazy person the first time, too.
Yeah, I think Sigma's probably pretty safely crazy.
Sigma, are you okay? I think there's something wrong with you.
One minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Honestly,
It's almost time.
thinking about it, that just sounds like a really bad hangover.
If you aren't going to do it, then You're gonna choose betray, right? Alright. Take it away.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex
Well, thinking for a second about what Alice has chosen. I don't remember well enough aside from when she yelled at Dio? Tenmyoji? I don't fucking remember.
Round 1 of results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
And I kind of suspect this will drop us to 1. But
What the hell were you thinking? Did you hear anything I said? Then? It's not really a rational decision.
nope.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! Fido!
Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Good. Looks like you're all here.
Finally.
Let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round 1! The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
So we know several people will be at 1. Wow. I expected not Alice, I expected Luna to be at 1.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Excuse me? I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray.
And if everybody always picks betray, nobody gets to leave.
Thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot. I could ask you the same question. Why did you do something as stupid as choose ally? Oh, really? All of us, huh? Hay and Clover chose betray too, you know. Yes. I know about the prisoner's dilemma, but everyone picking ally isn't a reasonable outcome. Just look at the results for this round. What do they tell you? You're a pretty tender-hearted guy to trust somebody you just met. Well, maybe tender-headed would be a little more appropriate in this case. Oh, was that upsetting? My apologies. I'm only trying to warn you.
Alice is right. You made a stupid choice, and thanks to you, our BP is down to 1 now.
Thank you. I'm so happy you chose Ally.
Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. Dio wanted to pick Betray.
Unsurprising.
What?
Hey!
Mr. Dio told me to pick Betray so that we could get 3 points. He said we could escape together. If we betrayed you, then we'd have 6 BP. And then, if we betrayed someone in the next round, we'd have 9.
Oh, Dio, is this true?
I certainly didn't just drop a pencil.
Kidding! I lied. That was a joke. Mr. Dio would never do something like that.
It was a joke?
Yeah. Man,
I really surprised you, huh?
So you really were planning to choose Ally all along? Thank you.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
yeah, exactly.
I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust, huh?
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another?
Well,
So, this is another skip section. And we'll...
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tenmyaldi. Or Siggy. Oh, or maybe Fido. Or maybe everyone.
What?
Well, that would line up with the, I think this is the single route flowchart. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it also actually branched out. I hadn't actually looked much at the flowcharts. Well, that's not true. I looked at them, I didn't actually pay much attention to them.
Tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is. Correct.
I see. Phi Sigma and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
So, this means that we only have one route. Or...
Me too. It looks like the color wasn't the only thing that changed.
what do you mean?
Well, it looks like our groups have changed too. I was a solo last round, but now it says pair.
Wait, really? Mine still says solo.
It looks like Luna and I both changed. Although I've gone from solo to pair.
I'm the opposite. Mine went from pair to solo.
No change here. Still a pair. I guess this must be magenta. Are you two magenta too?
Yeah.
Quark, Clover, and I are cyan.
I think Mr. K and I are pairs. And Miss Clover is a solo?
Looks like it.
When did they change?
Back when the AB gates closed.
As soon as the gates close, your color.
And so now we're actually skipping through a fairly lengthy section. Now the weird thing is it doesn't skip up to the choosing room part, even though that's the point where actual new content is.
Oh, hey Sigma.
Can I get you a seat? What do you want?
It's kind of a dark lounge, actually looking at it.
Can I get you a drink? I turned 21 just the other day. Why not? Really? It seems like this sort of thing is exactly what makes people want to drink in the first place. Sigma?
It hasn't gone away yet?
Are you all right?
What the heck? Now that you mention it, yeah, I did get one a bit ago. I feel fine now, though.
Okay, so maybe the headaches are an early sign of the Radical 6 stuff?
I think I did have a bit of a headache earlier. Not me. No headaches here. Well, it's hard to explain. I just feel kind of weird. Your head feels weird? No, my body feels weird. Like my whole body. I guess it's kind of like that, but...
Oh, if that's what you're talking about, then yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that?
Maybe it's because of the anesthetic gas. It might have looked like white smoke, the stuff they used when they abducted you. It seems like we were unconscious for a long time, so it must have been pretty powerful stuff.
Or they re-administered it every once in a while. But, I mean, based off certain other things we found out, there's not really a way for it to line up.
Or it could be that it just hasn't worn off completely yet.
Whatever. That's not important. Right now we need to figure out how to get out of here.
I mean, unless everyone was in a medically induced coma. But
yeah, haven't really taken a good look at everything yet. There'll probably be 2 people in each of the remaining rooms.
Oh, Sigma. What's up with your face? You look like you just saw a roach. Are you still angry? I didn't have a choice. I'm just trying to get out of here like we all are. That's not what I meant, and you know it. If I'd known for sure that you were going to choose Ally, then I would have chosen Ally too.
Easy for you to say that now.
What? Am I such a horrible person for wanting to get out of here?
Wow, it actually feels weird agreeing with Dio on anything.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of delicious food and fall in love.
What an idiot.
Excuse me?
And I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
Ugh. Look. Let me try this again.
Thank you, Tenmyoji.
I'm frustrated, but there really is something important I have to do. Avenge my father's murder. That's what I have to do. No, I couldn't. This isn't the kind of thing I should be telling people I don't even know. I have no idea. As to why you're here, your guess is as good as mine. But it's possible that his death is connected to my abduction. I was on their trail. I was tracking down the people who killed him.
How close were you?
I can't say, but it's possible that I was getting close enough that they decided something had to be done with me. Well, I wouldn't really say I'm a detective. Not a bad guess, though. Why are you guys looking at me like that? I didn't say I was a detective. No. That's fine. In my line of work, the less I look like what I am, the better. Better I keep them guessing.
Hey, what's the deal with you and Clover?
What's she got to do with anything?
Well, you know each other, right? I was thinking maybe you were related or worked together or something.
No, she has nothing to do with my work. She's just a friend that I met somewhere. In the middle of a desert. Yes, but that's an awfully long story. Wait, hold on. Why am I the only person getting the 3rd degree?
Because you're the only person in this room that picked Betray.
That doesn't seem fair to me. How about you guys give up a little personal information, too? We'll start with you, Tenmyoji. Who are you?
Just a garbage collector.
Any ties to Zero?
None.
What's your relationship with Quark? You two know each other, right?
Do I have to answer that?
Well, if you really don't want to, it's not like I can force you.
No. And I apologize, but I don't have anything to say about that subject. I mean, it's not like you told us everything either.
I see. Very well, then. Dio, it's your turn. What's your profession?
Well, you're probably gonna think I'm full of shit, but I'm a circus ringleader.
That explains the dumb fucking outfit.
You're kidding.
Nope. I'm the real deal. I lead a company of about 50 people. We travel all over the world. It was my grandfather's grandfather who founded it, but my father died at a young age. I'm a 5th-generation ringleader. My old man was a trapeze artist. He tried to do this quadruple flip and missed. Well, I guess he wasn't really young. He was about 40. Still, he was pretty reckless for a guy that age. Always talking about how he couldn't let the kids show him up. Guess he just took it too far.
I see. You lost your father too, then.
Yeah. Shit. Guess I got a little sappy there. Anyway, point is, I don't have any damn idea how I'm connected to Zero. I got grabbed on the last night of one of our tour stops. I'd gone out to a couple bars and gotten shit-faced. On my way back to the caravan, this black van pulls up. Somebody grabs me and throws me inside. Before I can even get a look at them, they hit me with that gas and I'm out like a light. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the AB room.
Honestly, recalling that much from when he got shit-faced is actually the most suspicious part about that.
Anyway, we still haven't heard your story, Sigma. Who are you?
Are you some kind of doctor? I guess you've been working on that for quite a while, huh?
Can you think of anything that might connect you to any of this?
What about Zero?
Do any of the people here look familiar to you?
Just who is he anyway?
Oh, come on. You know he's full of shit.
You still don't believe him?
Of course not.
I think she's a student. At night, she's a waitress or a bartender or something.
It's nothing. Just forget about it. Yeah, you're right. Boy his age would be in elementary school.
You really don't know much, do you? About Quark, I mean.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm sure.
Well, I know a little about Luna. I got her talking when we were in the infirmary. She says she's got some sort of medical license or something.
She's a nurse?
It could mean she's a doctor.
I don't know. She didn't say. Just going by how she looks, though, I'd guess nurse.
Well, based off one of the other things, she did say explicitly that she was not a nurse. So, doctor, pharmacy tech, one of those is really what I'd be leaning towards.
That leaves us with Phi. She's the most mysterious to me. What does a girl like that do?
You've been around her the most, Sigma. She told you anything?
Not a damn thing.
Look, I just don't know, alright? It's just kind of there. Like, I looked at you, and some part of my brain just said, that's Sigma.
You sure?
There's no point to talking about this. We should just focus on getting out of here.
I agree.
Where do you plan on going? I see. Right. Later, bro.
It's weird, by pairing Dio up with Luna, Dio, you know, for the first time, just doesn't seem like as much of a piece of shit. Weird. It's real weird. Oh, I just realized. I need to wait until I actually have access to clicking the menu. That's the AB gate. I don't know why that didn't occur to me that we would be having another AB gate choice. I'll be right back.
Perfect timing.
You were in the crew quarters before.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like a secret door or something?
Anything else out of the ordinary, perhaps?
Sorry about that. I was clicking through while reading it instead of actually having my headphones on. And I had stepped away to,
A meow?
to stretch a little bit because I got way too dehydrated yesterday.
Okay.
That's weird. So what's the cat book about?
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. A cat is put in a box with a device that has a random chance to release a poison which will kill the cat. That means the cat is both alive and dead until someone opens the box. Something like that, right? What?
So it probably isn't gonna give us any hints then.
Orc, you're doing it too.
Oops.
Orc, be incorrigible.
What do you mean? Well, this whole facility is pretty suspicious, but I suppose that's not what you meant. Well, the puzzles in the lounge were lunar eclipse themed. Yes, apparently there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse on December 31st, 2028. All the puzzles were related to that somehow. I suppose it is. Well, I can't say I know what year, or even what day it is, but Clover was saying something to that effect. about the infirmary, Quark? Did you find anything there?
It does strike me as weird that every time somebody who might know otherwise about it not being 2028 has the opportunity to pipe up about it, they shut the fuck up. Is that being enforced by Zero? Does everybody have something that they can't talk about because of Zero?
Yeah, we did find something. Just one thing, though. Dio and Luna didn't tell you? Okay, I got it right here. Just a second.
Okay, so we've read that before. I was expecting it to be at least a short thing, be skippable.
Yes, If it is true, then I worry about what might be happening to the world outside. Is there a pandemic raging on the other side of these walls?
Quark does look like he's having trouble not talking about it.
You guys! Hurry! You need to come with me!
Has something happened?
Yes! I mean, sort of. I mean, we found something.
What did you find?
It's horrible. It's really scary. Oh, never mind. Just shut up and follow me. You'll understand when you see it. It's right over here in the next room. Just follow me. I think it's a bomb.
Well, that's bomb 3.
Thank you, Sigma. Goodbye.
Interesting. Or would that be bomb 2? I think it says, yeah, 3. I was thinking it might be 2 because that I noticed the Roman, but it's probably the Arabic numbers.
We need to tell everybody!
No, it's all right. Luna's out rounding them up. They should be here in just a few seconds.
But when the fuck was it put there?
See?
Where is it? Where's this bomb?
There, you see?
Also, it is fairly suspicious that our group was through here and didn't, see it.
Doesn't look like it has a timed detonator. There must be a remote somewhere.
You're right. It'll probably use an active button or switch of some sort, not a dead man switch. If we can get it, we should be safe as long as we don't press the button.
Me and Luna, we found it while we were searching this room. Well, yeah, we looked all over, but we couldn't find anything there.
So we gave up on the lounge and came here.
I can confirm that. I wanted to look around the lounge some more, so I stayed back. You guys must have found it when you got here, then?
Yes.
How did you know it was a bomb?
Well, I mean, I could tell just by looking at it.
Why?
Well, during my train...
Clover!
So, not a student.
Anyway, this
Which, I mean, we already knew that from other things.
I guarantee it.
How do you know?
I just do, okay?
You sounded pretty sure about the switch, too. How do you know all this?
Let's just say it's an occupational hazard.
What kind of occupation do you have?
I can't tell you that.
Spare me the bullshit. This isn't time for keeping secrets.
Please, just trust me. Look, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm sure that's a bomb. And it's not just any kind of bomb. It's an antimatter bomb.
Antimatter? Wait, you mean a bomb that uses annihilation energy?
Oh, you know what that is? Anyway, yes, you're right.
What's Annie-Hill Nation?
I would have thought you'd know.
Huh? Why?
Well, your name is Quark. You do know what that means, right?
Yeah, Grandpa told me about it. He said it's an elementary particle, one of the smallest bits of matter, but I don't really know anything else.
I see. Can you explain it to him, Tenmyoji?
Me?
Well, you know him best. I thought you could explain it best.
I don't know. It's hard to think of a way to explain it in simple terms.
You want me to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay. To begin with, we usually refer to bits of matter as particles, but there are also these things called antiparticles. For example, an electron is a particle with a negative charge. It has a sort of opposite, which is the antiparticle called the positron. It has a positive charge instead of a negative one, like the electron. So, protons have antiprotons, and neutrons have antineutrons. Antimatter is a general term that covers all the antiparticles. The thing that's interesting about antimatter is that because it's the opposite of normal matter, when they collide, they both sort of cancel each other out. When they cancel each other out, though, it releases a whole bunch of energy. That process is called annihilation. So, an antimatter bomb is a bomb that uses annihilation energy.
I forgot how much I hate dry, well, it doesn't really matter if it's science or sci-fi. Terminology explanations.
Alright, how about this? You've got men and women, right? They're kind of like complete opposites. What happens when you put them together? Well, if there were, quantum men and women, then when you put them together, they'd disappear. Because their opposite elements cancel each other out. Like when a plus cancels out a minus, you get 0. That's annihilation. But when you get annihilation, you also get...
I know! A baby!
Exactly. In this case, the baby you get is the energy from the annihilation. It's not a real baby, of course, but like a baby, it's got all sorts of potential to do amazing things.
Like kill everyone in this room.
That's kind of a strange explanation.
You followed it, though, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, but that thing under the bed isn't going to be making a baby. Just how big of a...
It'll be making baby food out of everybody in this room.
Just how big of an explosion are we gonna get here?
It's pretty simple, actually. Just use Einstein's E = mc squared. The mass lost during annihilation will be converted to energy, so...
So you would take the total mass of matter and antimatter and multiply it by the speed of light squared. That should get...
For example, let's say that it has 350 milligrams of antimatter. That would mean there would also be 350 milligrams of matter, right?
So you'd have 700 milligrams total.
Yes. That means annihilation would produce roughly 63 trillion joules. That's about as much energy as the Hiroshima bomb.
What the... You've got to be kidding me. But there's only 350 milligrams of stuff in there.
Well, technically it's 700 milligrams since you have the matter and the antimatter.
That's not the point. We're talking about something that weighs less than a gram being equal to a bomb that weighed like 10,000 pounds.
Don't get so excited. I think I know what kind of bomb this is. It's probably using antihydrogen. There should only be about 25 micrograms of material in there.
That's less than 1,000th of a gram. So you'd only get about 45 billion joules of energy, right?
What does that mean?
About as much explosive power as 1 ton of TNT.
A ton?
Yes. Well, approximately.
And how exactly should I not worry about that? That's enough to blow up a 10-story building!
True. But it's a lot less powerful than an atomic bomb. We don't know how big this place is. If we can get far enough away from the bomb, we might have a chance of survival.
Unlikely.
Perhaps. But how do we know this is the only bomb?
Yeah, that's the real problem.
What do you mean?
Look at it carefully.
It says 3.
It's got a number 3. If the bombs are numbered... Yes, there's no way to know if this is the final bomb either. There could be a 4th or a 5th.
Anyway, we can't just sit here and do nothing.
So I'm guessing that there's somewhere between... Well, we know there's probably 3. And we know that there's 1. Because we have the code for it. I'm guessing there's somewhere between 3 and 9. Just 9 because nunnery game.
We should move it. Somewhere.
That might not be the best idea.
No! Don't touch it! What the hell do you think you're doing? Have you got a death wish or something? This bomb is here because somebody planted it. Do you really think they didn't rig it to go off if some idiot tried to move it?
Well, then what the fuck are we supposed to do?
We'll just have to leave it be for now, until we can find the detonator or figure out how to turn it off.
And you're telling us we should just prance off and ignore the incredibly deadly bomb that is probably gonna kill us all?
There's not much else we can do.
Do you know how to turn it off?
Well, there is a way.
Then spill the beans, lady. How do we turn the damn thing off?
There should be an emergency deactivation. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. Yes, that's right. Look again. You see it? Right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
Okay, so this is effectively another set of locks. Also, how much time until the chromatic doors open?
Do something like this.
0.
I have no idea. But we can figure out when they did it. When you and I searched this room, we didn't find anything, right? So that means the bomb must have been planted after we'd left.
I don't know about that. After we finished the AB game, we all split up. But if someone planted it right before then...
Oh, yeah. You don't know, do you? Before we went off to the 3 rooms, we searched the hallway. Everybody was all split up.
Yeah, anyone could have come by here then. It would have been easy to sneak away.
You know, I don't remember seeing you around, Sigma. What were you doing?
I never said that.
Really? Back when we were in the AB room, you said you saw the moment when the bomb exploded. Impossible. There's no way that would get past 0. And there's no way 0 would let anybody do something that would get in the way of the game going forward. What?
When you say 0, you mean the AI, right?
Of course.
This is From now on, let's refer to the real 0, the one behind all of this, as 0 Senior, which would, of course, make the AI 0 Junior.
I'd like to note, one of the reasons I find this confusing is the AI is 0 the third.
Okay. Fine with me. Anyway.
Meaning, in theory, there is an actual 0 Junior that is not 0 the third or the potentially creator of 0.
Whichever one it is, they're not going to let a 10th person in. There's no way.
I don't think it could be. Well, 0 Junior said so. He said that the real 0 was one of us.
no, we know that Zero Senior was a dude.
Oh no! This is bad! Press the buttons on your bracelet.
4 minutes.
We've only got 4 minutes until the chromatic doors open!
Let's go then.
You're right. This bomb thing's gonna have to wait until later.
So presumably we split up so that none of the ones are paired with each other.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
The doors have opened.
We need to figure out who's going where and fast.
We don't have time to wait for you to figure it out. Just pay attention. I'm only gonna say this once.
I mean, we don't actually have a choice here, so I'm not that concerned with it.
We need a system here, or we'll never have time to argue it out. Why don't we let the people who are at the most disadvantage right now decide? The people who only have 1 BP.
No way. We'll be fair and take a vote. Exactly.
So which one do you want, Alice?
Option C. I want to go with Sigma and Luna. My. Looks like you're not so fond of me anymore. Do you agree with him, Luna?
I'll just let Sigma decide.
Fine.
I'd like option C too. Clover and I were a pair for the first round. So what about you, Quark?
That's fine with me.
So that's 3 votes for option C, counting mine.
Okay, we'll just have to pick Betray.
I'd like to pair up with Sigma and Luna too.
I'm sure. I really don't mind.
Then we've got 3 votes for option B.
I'd like to go with option A. How about you, Tenmyoji?
I don't mind going with option A.
But there's only one
Remains until
that actually works.
Which one do you want, Clover?
I want to go with option C. Quark chose Ally in the first round, and I was with Kay in the first round.
Then that's what we're doing.
seconds. 9, 8, 7.
The doors are closed. Let's go!
Right.
Two, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Okay. So, what room do we have this time? I mean, I won't know right now, but... because it's probably going to be a different set of 3 rooms here. I think we've gone through that center room, so my guess would be the garden?
It looks like they're all locked, though.
Does that mean this is just a dead end? Try pulling it. Hey, what's with all this hostility? Are you still mad about the last AB game?
Please don't fight. We need to work together, or we're really going to be in trouble. Please?
Hmm.
Very well. Is that okay?
Yeah, go right ahead. See if I care.
So, okay, yeah, my guess was right. Each of the three. Whoops. For some reason, I was thinking it was right-click to scroll it. Each of these three has a unique set of, I believe it's a unique set of the 3 doors, so this would have still a red door. This would be the green door, and on the betrayal path, we would have the option to take the green or the red door.
But only one. I wonder how you open the other ones.
Who cares? We should get moving.
Of course I say that, but I don't know that that's actually the case. Doing a lot of the stuff blind makes it so that,
There's a ceiling up there.
It probably stands for something. Maybe beautiful?
This feels like a whole other little world.
I feel kind of weird saying this, considering where we are, but this place feels so liberating. All of this green. It's wonderful.
It's huge, though. We'll wear ourselves ragged trying to search the whole thing.
well, we'd need the key cards out of the safe anyway. Oh, we got a mushroom here. Okay, 1, how the fuck do you know what that tree is? 2, is this going to actually matter? What? Yeah. There's, I thought it was a wrench originally, but maybe not. Okay. And when that happens, the waterfall will go away and we'll be able to walk through because apparently nobody wants to get their clothes wet. Key. I was thinking that was going to be the same pattern as that, but it's a little bit different. Ooh, I had not actually looked over here. What? Can we use... Yeah, I suspect we're gonna need to dig at least a what? This isn't gonna work because it's a copper key. Bronze key, whatever. Oh, should probably actually... So we need to get a silver key. Oh, well, we need to get a gold key and a silver key, and we need to find... Not sure what those are. Actually, for some languages, paprika is both. Okay. This would be where we need to dig. Yeah, by you. Metal detector. Yeah, we don't have a spare keyhole though. Or not keyhole, spare key. Yeah, it's a lion. So this is what's going to open the butterfly thing. Knife. So, I already forgot what the sign that had the information said. So something with grass has the bronze. So maybe that's what the metal detector's for. Need to know weights of crap, relative weights of crap. Well, so that probably kills the use of the... No, this is what we need the knife for. That actually wasn't what I expected to... Okay. We have quite a few items already. Where the fuck would... Is it that rock right in front of us? Oh, god damn it, game. Okay, so we have all of the keys. We have this note. I think that's the order we need to press the buttons in. I will be right back though. So, I actually have two guesses about this. The first one, the obvious one, is that it's oriented like this. And it's left, right, right, left, center, center, right. The second one is that it is the left to right opposite. So we need to get all of the keys, and then we need to figure out the weights of them. Well, we're probably going to still be needing to find additional vegetables. Okay. So purple, blue, yellow, green, red. I think I missed a teal one. Under the bridge here. But it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if I'm right on that. Not really dark at all, though. Yeah, and we'll need to figure out weights on the coins. Yeah, I guess that would be everything we know for now. Yeah, the area where it was looking like I thought I saw a star does not look like it has anything. So, is there anything where that was during the daytime? I'm not seeing anything. Let's check out these various things with the... That's not what I was trying to do. With the metal detector. Oh, we don't have the Okay, I suspect the one of the parts of that is probably a hint. This may be a hint as well. Okay. Okay, so we need to do multi-coin comparison. I always hate these puzzles. Oh, yeah. Also, I had the thing facing the wrong direction anyway. I think. Okay, so... Is that right? And that gives us that answer. So it is... oh. So, opposite, but red, white, green, yellow. Wait, did I do that wrong? Or is this not referring to the weights? Yeah, I probably did that wrong. Maybe I did the first one wrong? Or not the first one. guessing I read the one for yellow versus green wrong. Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess it's either order from here to the center. Okay. I think that's probably like the second as far as size goes, because I think the yellow one is larger than it. Blue, I think that's the fourth. Yellow. There is the green one, which is the tiny. And the red, which is the largest. And it's probably some combination of one of those two, either order or size. I suspect one is the escape password and the other is the gold safe combo. I'm actually kind of surprised that I mentioned that, you know, I was thinking that it was going to be, you know, flip the thing around for that. So, purple, blue, yellow, green, red. Purple, blue, yellow, green, red. Okay, so that was... Okay, that's the escape password. And the other one is green, purple, yellow, blue, red. Green, purple, yellow, blue, red. Okay. Large to small. Oddly, large to small doesn't feel like it makes the same amount of sense. Like, I really thought it was going to be small to large. I will never remember that we actually need to do a right click there. Moon, star, sun. Yeah, there's a few things in here. Oops. Map. And the next thing we'll mention that this are key cards. What? Feels so weird having the safe be on the same screen as the key door.
We ought to be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
Sigma, hand me the map.
You three came in through the blue door, right? And which room did you go into?
Bee garden?
What about you guys?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
Okay.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
You want to have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited.
Seems odd that we're taking a look at it right now. Well, I'm in taking a look at it in the solved state, I guess I should say.
Center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Hey! You want to start something, lady?
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit, and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up. Yeah?
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
Okay.
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were?
We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
No idea. Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you. Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice. Am I wrong?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you? Clover was messing with you. That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie. A joke.
A joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
Besides that, if that was the case, then when she was killed twice now, I guess. 3 times. Twice? I think twice. The blood would have, become ice.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen? I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them, so I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on. I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really
Seems a lot out of left field.
She was probably just screwing with him, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now. The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
Maybe on the single path things where you don't have an actual option, you get more interaction with the rooms you don't see. Also, sorry about the bit of time I was running without a pop filter there.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look!
3 more doors.
They're all glowing white.
Glowing, huh?
I'd bet on it. Look, they've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors.
So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
Also, since it is important, yeah, that's the same number of steps as that death. So we'll be picking Betray.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
I wonder if... Nope.
Oh, thank goodness. You finally returned. I was beginning to get anxious. Yes, it's Quark, you see. He...
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
No, it's the same thing as happened in the others. And presumably will awake. He will awake just in time to oh.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save...
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Luna?
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
Wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yes, but...
You have to take a look at him then. Please. Quark needs your help.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ATOM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people. Yes, I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
Still think that image looks ominous as hell. Of course, it doesn't help that the scanner looks like a hammer.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
Yes. He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Yeah. I told Al.
Phi and I heard about it from Luna.
No. He can't... How could he have gotten infected? That's... There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
We looked around, but we didn't see anything.
I don't trust a damn thing you say. I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Eo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything? What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Wait, they hit up the laboratory? I thought we'd hit up the laboratory. Yeah, we did hit up the laboratory. And that is the room that had the Excelavir.
Oh god, then he's going to... Oh god, no.
No, there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Quark?
Quark!
Hey, Scalpel.
Oh, thank God. You're awake!
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this!
I said it before, but, you know, certain aspects of this kind of remind me of...
Let go of me!
And I'm not entirely sure why. The, kind of fanatics from...
Right.
On it.
Ultima 6? Ultima 7? I don't remember which.
Stop it! Let go of me, you...
I'm still surprised that... I mean, this is the same fucking thing as before.
Right.
Damn you, bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul, but Once my body's gone, my soul can escape!
Actually, I think that would... Shit, would that be... That might be Serpentile.
Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me!
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Superil Beta.
Soperil?
That's the anesthetic, the one that's in our bracelets.
Good. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine.
It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just...
I mean, we could also, alternatively keep hitting him with saline solution until his kidneys overload.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Okay.
Yes,
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article. Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
So when Park tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes, at least I think so.
what are you doing?
Ah, so Alice is also going to try to kill herself.
We're all going to die.
Huh?
We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults. Children. Everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Well,
You lost her.
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood? Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
so So, who's gonna be the one to find her body? Well, no. Not gonna be Sigma, because it's presumably still gonna be crew quarters. That was interesting. What I am curious about, though, is why there is a difference between ally and betray if Alice is going to die. Or going to be not present for the vote.
There you are. Good. I'm glad you showed up. I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary. Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds. Looks like it. Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here. Well, that's kind of the thing. Most people who are in shape are lighter than they look.
All right, please pay attention, everyone.
Jesus Christ, that outfit's dumb as hell.
You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6. Oh no, no! What's going to happen to her?
Well, presumably everybody
Way to cure Radical 6. There's a special
is infected.
antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir. Right, I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately... Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
Okay.
Odds will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
So we'll have a few people in pods.
What? Well, what is it?
Excelavir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier. We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket. Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
That makes sense.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
It's only a single dose.
Enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
And we don't have anything to split the dose anyway. No tools for that shit. I mean, I'm saying that, and the only thing that's really coming to mind is like using a bottle of saline solution and a little bottle of Accelavir in the little bartending tool from the lounge.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
1 of 9.
Or Quark.
And what are we going to do?
How?
And what was the other side of that paper?
You know what globulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
Ah.
It makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, or whatever that is. Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
So, this is an additional lock.
What?
I'm not gonna click on what that, achievement is. That...
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG Replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma? When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
Well, thank you for covering for Sigma, Dio.
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Why aren't we just taking everybody along? We're gonna come back to a dead Luna, aren't we? Or dead Luna and Alice, one of the two. Also, as soon as we get the thing, I'm curious to see if that'll actually show it as being a lock. yeah, I'd forgotten about the Bacta tanks.
So this is the lab, huh?
Okay, so yeah, it does show it as a lock. Lock 4. This is lock 3.
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
What are we waiting for?
Now the question is...
Skip it. Just press the damn...
I don't think we have everything we need for it to actually work, is the issue. It looks like it'll need cards of some kind as well. Or, I could be wrong.
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't. What happened?
You dropped one of them?
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Guys?
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
Whoa.
Bomb 2.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
I mean, it's under a table.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that she spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Hey, what's this thing?
It looks like a memory card.
And that's for...
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room. Unless it was left here intentionally, yes, I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's... lounge? I don't fucking remember where the TV thing is.
So what do we do?
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
When the fuck did any...
Please enter your
buddy,
votes.
actually...
If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the files confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe
Of course,
so,
we
yes.
potentially still have 7 people
Oh man,
who could
what a
have
relief. I was really worried.
Radical 6.
Five minutes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now, we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn, don't even have time to catch our breath. Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, you know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does,
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
I've got 6.
As do I.
if one of them can get the other to ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points.
Really, actually, you know, from an independent party, it really doesn't matter which one they do so long as it's not one ally and one betray.
If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. You're really gonna do it.
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
He's going to be the one betraying then.
1 minute.
Shit, we need to move, now!
Indeed. Shall we?
Sounds good.
So is this when the old lady's going to be here? Wait, what? Oh, I guess that's just showing all of them being open. No, maybe on this route, the old lady's not dead.
30 seconds.
I am still confused by this being a game over and this having additional, though.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so... Yes.
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I'm curious to see what it is, though.
7, 6.
Which I realize means that, yeah, I still will not have picked Betray, but once I find out why that's a game over, we'll come back and pick Betray.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will please direct your attention.
I thought Zero was here on the... Yeah, no, I guess Zero's just there for the first round. Makes sense. Okay.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
Okay. Yeah, I was curious. I knew that's what it had to be, but... No. No, we actually start from the...
30.
So, everyone will have betrayed.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought... Really? We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
Results from round 2 of the
most useless game of the Ambidex game. Round of the Ambidex game. Whatever.
Your attention to the results screen.
Wherein nobody gets any points. Betray, 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 betray.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it, coward? You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people, a result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could. Yes, Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
No.
So what if I was? Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here?
Because you picked betray twice.
Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
2 other people with 1 BP. Not somebody with 6 BP.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
Yeah, but they know each other.
Rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
My apologies, sir, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Well, in that case... Yeah, sorry. See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
Everyone's gone. No. I know, but I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
What are the colors going to be this time?
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as...
Yeah, with just a 45-minute time period in between.
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
6 people hitting betray for eternity. Until the bombs go off.
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
I'm a magenta pair. They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
Well, time to hit up the infirmary. Because we know there should be 2 people there.
Everyone else has gone off on their own. Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds. Well, what if we have an enemy?
Well, we have an enemy.
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
Isn't there one?
Wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something. Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one. Yes! I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
I always forget where that TV is. Because I think it's the lounge or the rec room, and I never remember it as being the infirmary.
What are you doing here? Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Why do I have the weird feeling that that Clover's line there has been used for something far dirtier? Well, it's not random, it's the same phrase repeated twice. Not twice, 3 times, sorry.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Hey, like that knife we found.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely. I don't know. How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
That's not entirely true. Due to its length, it would probably only take, you know, a while.
Alice doesn't know how. I should...
That's... Sorry, but I can't. Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb. Really. And for all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything. I'm sorry.
Well, really the only thing we know about the Myrmidons, assuming that's even the way to say it, I always thought it was Myrmidon. Is that knife.
How long are you going to keep following me? Then why don't you just ask Clover? You already know she works with me. Then why don't you... Why? What are you talking about?
Video games.
You don't hate me? I tried to kill you.
Twice, mind.
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game, and then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there. I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real.
Yeah, we had that reaction in this one, where we don't actually have the info.
Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse. Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you?
Pretty much just survival.
Kill me! Get it over with! You're lying! I could have killed you! I would have killed you!
Yeah, in a different route. You did kill us. Well, Sigma. I'm still not feeling all that great about Sigma as the player analog.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father. Yes. Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried? If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know about myself and about the Miradons.
Also, I hate this camera angle.
Good. All right.
Maybe we're not going to be titty focused? Wait a second. Free the Soul had relevance in 999, but I don't fucking remember what. Wait, 5 people. 5. Okay, so Aoi and Alice wouldn't have been in there. And of course, Ace probably wouldn't have? I don't fucking remember. No, if it's... Okay, Ninth Man's dead, Ace wasn't brought along, and then that drops it down to 7. Okay, so... Okay, so that was Ace. Yeah, and this whole experiment is also related to that. It's just this time it's not being obviated. At least prior to Alice's discussion on this. I missed. So, either they knew. Anyway.
Yes. Well, there it is. I left a few of the details out, of course, but... We should go back. Which is... Yes. What do you propose we do? Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but... I told you, we need a key. Without that, it's pointless. A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Yeah, that's a lock that we have not seen. And here I was expecting to actually get to do that this time. Well, given that this one actually provides us with options once we hit betray, and it's what Phi wanted to do anyway.
What are you gonna pick? Well, you chose what I wanted you to choose. I guess I should say thanks. So, thanks. Obvious? How do you know what she's going to choose? Are you making fun of me?
You, Siggy! Fido! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Well, I'm pretty sure we did this time, given that Alice betrayed on the other route.
Looks like you're all here.
I doubt they're going to do it deterministic. And it's not really going to be deterministic anyway, but...
If everybody would please direct...
It should be the same. So Tenmyoji should be at 1. And everybody else should be... Okay, so they did do it deterministic. Interesting.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
So, with Alice, there's no winning.
What? Wait a minute. Last time? What on earth are you talking? What? 5 minutes before the deadline. There's that announcement, right? I pressed it right after that. Why? I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
glad the game here is throwing out a bit of determinism as well.
The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot. Hey, did you have a stroke or something? Besides, why do I have to answer your questions? I should be the one yelling at you. Because of you two, I've only got one BP left. You're right! What in God's name is wrong with you? Forget it. I'm never going to trust you or Phi again. You'll pay for this.
say, we had no idea you would choose ally.
No way I'd choose betray. I'm with Clover on the other side.
What? What do you mean?
Do you have an interest in Clover?
Well, he's got an interest in tits.
What? No, that's not...
What is it then?
Well,
You'd have to be crazy to pick ally. The only way it'd make any sense to do that is if you really, really trusted the other person.
So you're saying you don't trust me then?
Duh! Are you senile? Why the hell would I trust some old geezer I just met a few hours ago?
I see. Didn't think it'd hurt this much.
Huh? What's that supposed to be? You're starting to get kind of creepy.
Creepy, huh? I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust.
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so...
Well, looks like those guys managed to get through this all right. Figure that means the fault here's gotta be mine.
Huh? Thank you.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody... Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah, exactly.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think?
Well, you said
So... Okay, so this is going to be another bit of farting around with the... various rooms while waiting for the... Oh, actually... This will still be able to be skipped. Although... No, I'm gonna keep it as it was. That way I know for certain.
What are you doing here? Obviously.
Oh, come on now, you don't have to get your panties in a bunch.
That's easy for you to say, Dio. You're sitting pretty at 5 BP. Tenmyoji and I only have 1. You do understand what that means, don't you?
That's no reason to take your anger out on people. You won't get your BP back by being a jerk to him.
What's this? You're gonna take his side? I thought you, of all people, would agree with me.
I do.
No, you don't. You don't get it. Why would you care? You've got, what, maybe 5 years left, maybe less? I'm not like you. I'm still young. I want to live a long life.
What a
There's
bitch.
so many things I still want to.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of... I want to eat tons...
What?
Okay, so... This is the same as it was before. And then we'll hit up the crew quarters, which will also probably be the same. Yeah. And then the bomb, which will also be the same. That's interesting that it doesn't speed up that explosion. Also, I find it interesting. I'm pretty sure that if you click through when somebody is doing an animation, like Dio there had been, normally it immediately stops the animation to go whatever the next one is, but when you're skipping it doesn't. I don't get it.
Hey, the doors are open.
We need to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
This will be different.
Pay attention. I'm only saying this once. Just like the last time, we've got 3 possible combinations.
So it's Clover or Phi. Those are our options this time.
3 minutes.
Well, you decided the first time, right? Then can I decide this time? I think I deserve it. I only have 1 BP left. Doesn't it seem like the fair thing is to let... Wouldn't you agree?
That means you should get to choose too. I mean, you've only got 1 BP, right?
You got a point. But how about we listen to what Alice wants first? So tell us, which door and which people do you want?
The green door, and I want to go with Kay and Quark.
I see.
So that would have us going with Phi.
That means Tenmyoji and D. Is that alright with you, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Why? If we go through there together, that means you'll be playing against me in the next AB game. Are you really, really sure?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, that's why I want to go with you. You said you didn't trust me, right? Well, I'd like to change your mind. I figure this will give me the chance. I've been wanting to pair up with Alice, too. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, and that is?
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Alice's first choice would be option B, then?
Yes.
What about the rest of you? Is that okay, too?
So presumably... Okay, yeah, that is that option. So let's check the flowchart. So this is presumably the Phi solution. And betrayal is bad. And not betraying is good. Oddly. But that doesn't really matter because I'm going to save here and do this tomorrow. I'll probably be working mostly on figuring out the puzzle rooms tomorrow, since I have at least fairly easy access to 4 of them, I think. So that's going to be it for me this time. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow.